tinctures and the extracts, but now there's other things in the mix. I knew then and there that I had actually relapsed. There were no loopholes. The gig was up. I couldn't lie to myself anymore. And I went home to my apartment the next day. I didn't have my keys on me. I had an existential nervous breakdown and deleted like all of my TikToks. I like perceived myself way too close to the sun. I was in shambles, and I was so full of guilt and shame. And to this day, like I think this was a God moment. My inner voice was like, "You need to call your sister. You need to call your sister, and you need to just like talk to her." I had no intention of telling her anything. I just needed to hear her voice. Like I really did not even know. I was gonna say I didn't have any intention of telling her, you know, the events of the night before on the phone. And as I hear her voice, I'm like, "Dude, I gardened last night." She's like, "What?" Up until this point, she knew me to be 2 years over. She's like, "What?" And I've been drinking. And she was like, that moment holds a lot of weight, to say the least. And she's like, I'm coming there right now. And I'm like, you can't, because she was living in Kentucky at the time. I was in South Carolina. I knew she was gonna have to get some sort of vehicle for my parents. And I was like, you can't tell mom and dad when they're coming here. Like, there's gonna be a hurricane in the camp. She was like, I don't give a fuck if there's a hurricane. I'm coming to be there with you. And so she did. She did parents watching me in a car. I think then and there my parents said something was wrong because they told me since. They didn't know what was wrong, but they knew something was wrong. Because I also been having calls with my mom and I was like, yeah, she drove through the hurricane to come see me. And she was like, show me where your stash is. And to pull out pulling 20 plus extracts out from underneath your bed in front of your little sister, that is for me top 5 most shameful moments. That to me is like when I have days where I'm like, am I an alcoholic? I reference literally right back to that moment. It was so like, wow, because there was so much momentum leading up to this moment that I really didn't have time to stop and think about, or I tried to not take time to stop and think about what I was actually doing. And this was the moment that I was like, how could I have not seen this as a relapse? How could I have not seen how bad things had turned out? And that's just how my alcoholism was. It told me, you know, everything was fine. Like, I got this under control. I can manage it. This time it'll be different, you know? And that wasn't the case. Things were completely out of control. And I wish I could say that I got sober right then and there, and, you know, that was enough to make me stop. But ultimately, I kept going. After she left, you know, I stayed sober for the time that she was there. I went and picked up a white chip. But as soon as she left, I didn't have any real intention of staying sober. And I relapsed until I went to rehab. And there were some stints of sobriety in between, but all of it was like, I didn't truly want to be sober. It was just like my circumstances had gotten bad enough that I was like verging homelessness or verging losing a job or shit like that. Enough to put me in shape for a few days. But I am so grateful that I had that experience, that like my alcoholism got to a point where I was drinking vanilla extract, because now there is not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that I'm an alcoholic, that I will drink alcoholically no matter what, that I will drink something that's not even supposed to be consumed in order to get out of feeling the way that I feel. I'm so grateful today that I got to wake up and choose sobriety, and I hope tomorrow that I get to choose it again. If this has helped one person today, then I've done my job. Thank you all so much for following along with my stories. Thank you so much. Bye.
This woman was an alcoholic so bad. She stopped buying alcohol and started buying vanilla extract. Because you know it gets you drunk too if you
The puppy in the for real.
Yes.
The puppy in the cage because he's a puppy and he don't know how to properly act around her. He be wanting to play and she don't want to play.
They last about 5 weeks. There's a flavor stick.
That's not his mama.
Oh, this one's so spicy. Watch my face.
I never said that he wasn't gonna get around. You just asked me a question today. He just turned 12 weeks today. You just came on the live assuming stuff, the pity and kitty committee, whoever you will. Whatever kind of questions you got, just ask them. But just don't assume that you got the answers without asking. You feel me?
They all have so many questions. The biggest question that everybody always asks is, do you get jealous? Yeah, we're human. Of course we get jealous.
No shade, though. I 100% know what I'm doing. Ain't that right, boy? Ain't that right, boy? Say, we got this under control. We got this under control. certain times throughout the day. I put him on a leash, and that way I can control if it get out of hand. They have been out together, but I just gotta make sure it's controlled. Cause she's still a puppy herself. She ain't but 14 months. Y'all see that coat? Y'all see that coat? See that coat? See how shiny that coat is? See how y'all don't see no spots and all that stuff? No spots. You feel me? Look at it. Look at it. Come on now. Wait, tell Kaden people out there.
DoorDash outside. Hey.
Until I'm no longer employed, which means I have to start looking for jobs or find a way to monetize this out. I'm going to be honest, that was seeming a little far-fetched. But over the last 24 hours, they don't hurt them.
And let me gag y'all one more time before I get my frying this morning. This is the house that needs to be gutted out in the inside, I'm assuming, because what's wrong with the furniture that I bought? Like, I'm not paying rent on this furniture. This shit is mine. And y'all, when they say my furniture is old, this is the furniture that they're referring to. It do give antique, but that's what I like. We all know that I am 24, but I've always liked older shit. I never liked the kid shit. But if this is the type of furniture y'all assume I should have, if I wanted to, I could switch to my guest room. I don't. And I know y'all hated this because y'all said you just gave old, but that was the vibe. I like shit that gives